What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, haha, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have one of my favorite bands of all time, actually. We have Dream Theater. Yes, indeed. How about that? Dream Theater making their debut on the channel. This comes as a request from Maddie, and this is actually Maddie's prioritized request for the month of January for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Maddie. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Maddie wanted to see me react to this song by Dream Theater called The Dance of Eternity. Now, full disclosure, okay? Have I heard the song before? Yes, I have. I have heard this song more times than I care to count. This song came off of the album, the highly acclaimed album, Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory. This is, without a doubt, hands down, no discussion, no thought, no debate required. This is my absolute favorite Dream Theater album of all time. A lot of people may call me crazy for that, but I don't care. I loved this album, start to finish. It was a concept album. The entire album told a single story, and honestly, the entire album technically is actually one song broken up into chapters, believe it or not. So by definition, it's actually one gigantic, long, 82-minute song. It's crazy. But I loved this album. This is one of the albums that really made me kind of fall head over heels in love with Dream Theater. The same can be said for Change of Seasons. I like Change of Seasons too. I mean, they've done so many great albums. So this song in particular, The Dance of Eternity, it's an instrumental. There's no lyrics. So if you're looking for lyrics, sorry, you're not going to find any. It is a purely instrumental song. And there's some debate as to how many time signature changes there are in this song. Some people say there's 105, some people say there's 107, some people say there's 110. The way that well, not even the way I counted it, but the sheet music that I got. Now, unless you're getting your sheet music directly from the band themselves, it's always going to be written by some publishing company, and they're going to take certain liberties. So, the sheet music that we had available to us said there were 109. So, 109 time signature changes in one song. And people wonder why I'm so obsessive about counting. This is one of the reasons why, is this song right here. When my band was learning how to play this, counting was everything with this song. It really was. Don't get me wrong, it's a great song, but there's a lot of counting involved. So for those of you that wonder why I'm so obsessed with counting, I could use this song as Exhibit A. Here you go. So I clearly know the song very well. I've played the song before. It is an extremely difficult song to play. I don't know if I could play it today. I don't know. It's been so long. I'm kind of curious. Should I try? No, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try right now. I'll try on my own. See how much I remember. But I do know the song very well. So how can I possibly do a reaction to it? Well, I told Maddie that. I was like, listen, I know this song. I mean, I don't know what you want from me on this, but I know this song inside and out. But then Maddie informed me this is a live performance, a fairly recent live performance, and I haven't listened to Dream Theater in a long time, let alone watch them. So the curiosity got the best of me, and I said, okay, well, let's see Dream Theater perform this live. I haven't seen this yet, so I can react to the live performance. So please keep in mind, when I'm doing my scoring and my reviewing, I am not going to be talking about the song itself in any way, shape, or form. I'm only going to be reacting to and scoring the live performance. That's it. So please keep that in mind. This was posted by Japanin Poika, and the video has 15.1 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Dream Theater, The Dance of Eternity, Breaking the Fourth Wall. That must be the name of the concert. I was never attached to this before, so. All right, I haven't heard this song in a long time. I hope I still remember. I'm sure once the song starts playing, I'll be like, okay, yeah, here we go. I'm sure it's gonna all come rushing back. But I mean, I know it's instrumental. I know how the song starts, so I'm pretty sure I'll be okay with this. It's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I haven't listened to these guys in years, so it'll be interesting to come back to them. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
John's clapping. All right. I love that part with the tapping. Good Lord. It's fun to watch him do it live. I mean, John Myung is just so chill with it. I mean, he's just like, whatever, another day at the office. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It's just crazy. And then Jordan Rudess with his answer, which is always fantastic. Yeah, it's all coming back. It's all coming back. Oh, the nightmares I had about counting this song. Dear Lord. Oh, nightmarish. It really is the stuff that nightmares are made of. It really is. Counting this song is a pain. Now, there are patterns that do repeat. There are phrases that do repeat. So when I say there's 109 different time changes, you really only have to think about, like, I don't know, probably like 47 or 48, because there are phrases that repeat and you'll come back to them. There's what we call recurring themes. They will come back to them, and it does make life slightly easier, but you still got to count while you're playing it so you don't, count incorrectly and end up in the wrong place. So there's give and take. As far as the live performance goes, they're playing it just fine. They're doing a fantastic job of playing the song. I saw Petrucci doing some clapping, little crowd interaction. That was good. I don't think I've ever seen him do that before. So that's nice. That was good to see. Mike Portnoy used to do it a lot when Portnoy was the drummer. he would, on that part, he would stand up, he got the kick going, and he would be doing it with the sticks, the cross-sticking. Looks like Petrucci's doing it now, so that's cool. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this drummer is. I know Portnoy left or was fired. It depends on who you ask. And I know they went through I don't know if they went through a couple of drummers or this was the one guy that they got to actually replace him and he's been in the band ever since. I'm not sure. I think I heard they went through a couple of drummers, but I could be wrong. Looks like they have a full choir back here. And I think I saw there was an orchestra down at the front, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's see where this goes. I've always loved that part. I that ragtime feel right there. That was so good, man. I loved it when they used to do that. Well, I mean, they've always done it, but I always used to love when I used to listen to this song. I always looked forward to getting to that part because it was just. I remember the first time I listened to the song and I heard that, I was like, "What?" So they can really do it all, can't they? Yes, they can. They can even throw a ragtime feel into a song and make it work. Like I said before, from a performance standpoint, remember, that's all I'm judging this song, that's all I'm reacting to is the live performance. So, they're performing the song flawlessly. I mean, I don't expect any less from these guys. I don't think I've ever heard these guys make a mistake, ever. Having said that, if I'm being totally honest, I remember one of the reasons why I stopped listening to these guys and why I never went to more than just the 2 concerts I ever went to. I mean, they're performing everything perfectly fine. They're doing everything right. They're doing everything notationally perfect, correct, exactly like the album. But they're boring as hell to watch. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it's fun to listen to. It's fun to hear them play it live, but it's boring as hell to watch them just literally stand there. I mean, I get it. They don't. I mean, the song is difficult. I understand that. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I've played this song, so I know how difficult this song can be. But there are points where you can move. You can move. And I know these guys are far better musicians than I am. And far better musicians than the band I was in at the time. But even we moved around when we played this song. You know, once we got it down, we were like, okay, we got this. Now we start moving around a little bit. Now we didn't move around a whole lot, granted, but we still moved around. These guys have been glued to their spots. And I remember now one of my main gripes about going to see Dream Theater live was it was a boring show. I mean, it was boring. I mean, they played the songs perfectly, and that was fun to hear. But from a visual standpoint, it's like watching a bunch of trees. It's like, okay, well, at least they're playing the song right, you know? Anyway, let's keep going. Back up. Now they got me up. Okay. Okay. I've always admired John Fagola not have to look at his hand the whole time. John Myung never takes his eyes off of his left hand, not once. He always looks at his hand when he plays. Always, always, always. I've never seen him not do it. Petrucci, on the other hand, he's able to play without looking at his hand. I've always been like, oh, thank God. Now, this is something I've never seen before. I've never seen the two of them come together like this. They've always stayed apart, as far back as I can remember. So, this is new. I'm glad to see them coming together for this unison line. That's cool. Okay. We have a little movement. We have a little motion. That's a good thing. I feel bad for that orchestra down there. I can only imagine the first time this music was put in front of them on their stands, and they said, "Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be sight reading today, and the name of the song we're doing is called The Dance of Eternity, and it's by a band called Dream Theater, and we will be performing this live with them. So here's the sheet music. You got 2 minutes to look over it, and then we're gonna play it." And I can only imagine the looks of confusion on the orchestra's face as they're looking at this going, this song changes key like every 2 measures. And then the conductor's up there probably going, what did I get ourselves into here? Sight reading is always interesting. It's always a good time because you never know what's going to happen. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review and we'll talk about everything, I promise. There we go into the next song. Oh man, that was a good video to watch. It was a good video to listen to. It gave me some good flashback feels. You know what I mean? Like when you hear something you haven't heard in a long time, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember now why I used to love this song, and I also remember why I wasn't the biggest fan of Dream Theater afterwards. So anyway, let me gather my thoughts. I mean, I pretty much got them all together, but I mean, let me just make sure I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And then I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Dream Theater with The Dance of Eternity, a live performance of The Dance of Eternity. This was a request from Maddie, and this was actually Maddie's prioritized request for the month of January for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Maddie. I hope you enjoyed the show. Okay. Before I give my score, I need to make something beyond clear. Okay? I need to say something here, and I really hope everybody listens to what I say, because when I explain this and I pre-frame you properly, when I give my score, I think it will make a whole lot more sense. Okay? I am not, I repeat, not taking the song into account here in any way, shape, or form. Why? Because I am very familiar with this song. I loved this song. I love this entire album. The entire album, Scenes from a Memory, my favorite Dream Theater album of all time. Period. Hands down, no discussion needed. So I cannot honestly score this from a standpoint of first time hearing. I can't, because I've known this song for a long time. I've played this song. The band I was in at the time, we spent months learning this song. Months. This was the hardest song we ever played, and we did play it, but it was a backbreaker of a song, man. It absolutely wrecked us. But I am very familiar with the song. I know it inside and out, so therefore I can't really honestly do an honest reaction to it. And I said that at the beginning. I'm very familiar with the song. Therefore, I will not be reacting to the song in any way, shape, or form. All I am scoring this on is the live performance, the stage presence, stage interaction, interacting with each other, interacting with the crowd, production. That's all I can really react to, because this was a live performance. I explained that at the beginning. I'm explaining it again now, so when I give my score, people aren't going to call me crazy, okay? Or people are going to say you're nuts, or people are going to say you don't know what you're talking about. Believe me, if I was including the song in this, like if this is the first song I'd ever heard the song, we'd be having a very different conversation, okay? And I'll explain everything, I promise. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that performance. I'm going to give that performance a 6.3. Yep, 6.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
I have said from the beginning of this channel that I am going to be objective. I am going to be honest, and I'm going to be objective. And even if it's one of my favorite bands, I am going to be objective. Even if these guys, even if I were to do a video to these guys, I would still be objective. I'll be honest with you, I could never see a Kiss song getting above, I don't know, at most, the highest score I could ever see me giving a Kiss song is like a 7.5, 7.6. So, and I love Kiss, but I could never see myself giving them any higher than a 7.5 at most, maybe 7.6, because I gotta be objective. Same thing here, okay? I used to live and breathe Dream Theater. I did. Back in the 90s and the early 2000s, I was a Dream Theater nut. I was absolutely enamored with Dream Theater. I still admire them for their accomplishments, for everything they've done, their longevity. They have not broken up. They've gone through a personnel change here and there, but I mean, for the most part, most of the original core members are still there. So I admire them for that. Their creativity and their songwriting are top notch. Okay, they are phenomenal musicians, all well trained. They all graduated from Berkeley, Boston. I mean, they're all phenomenal musicians. I give them all the credit in the world. Okay, I absolutely do. This song, this entire album, like I said, I loved it. And this is one of the songs that I was really enthralled with on the album because of its complexity, because of all the counting. It was a huge challenge, especially to learn, okay? And they performed it magnificently. I didn't hear a single wrong note. I didn't hear a single flub. I didn't hear anything out of the ordinary. Everything sounded exactly like it sounded on the album. Right? Okay. If I were including the song in this, like if I had never heard this song before, and I was including the song in this would be getting like, I don't know, like a 9.4, 9.5, 9.6, somewhere there. It'd be in the mid 9s, okay? So why am I giving this a 6.3? Very simple, and I think you'll all agree with me when I say this. Hearing the song is one thing. Watching them perform is a whole nother thing. I'm not taking the song into account at all. I am only taking the performance of that song into account here. Did they play the song perfectly? Yes, they did. They absolutely did. They nailed it. If we're being honest here, they are boring to watch. I remember now why one of the reasons I fell out of love with Dream Theater is I went and saw them live twice. What a mistake that was. And I'm being reminded of that mistake now. They are boring as hell to watch. They stand there. The only one that really moves around at all is John Petrucci, and even his movement and motion is limited, which is funny because they all play wirelessly. They all have this huge stage to utilize, and they choose to literally stand in their spots and play. Now in this video, I will say they were moving around more than I've ever seen them move. I had never before seen John and John come together and play side by side like that. I had never seen that before, so that was cool to see. That was pretty much it. You know, John Petrucci kept, doing the whole foot up on the ego block thing, or in this case was some sort of a steel grating type of a box, whatever. He kept putting his foot up there and taking it down, and he put it back up there and take it down. He did the clapping at the beginning, which I gotta give him props for, because again, I'd never seen him do that before either, so that was kind of cool to see. But if we're being honest here, watching this, can we honestly say, just from a visual standpoint alone, can we honestly say this deserves a 9? No, never in a million years. How about an 8? Nope, couldn't do it. How about a 7? We're getting there, but not quite. How about a 6? Yeah, a 6 sounds about right. Okay, now, for all those Dream Theater fans out there who are watching this video and are brand new to the channel, you're probably thinking to yourself that a 6 is a really bad score. You're equating a 6.3 to a 63 percentile like you used to do in school. And what is that? That's a D, right? A 63% is like a D minus. That's not how my scoring system works here. I use all of the numbers from 0.0 all the way up to 9.9. So let's be honest here, folks. A 6.3 is not a bad score. It's actually, by definition, a pretty good score. This was a pretty good live performance. I did see a couple of things I had never seen them do before, but for the most part, it's exactly what I remember when I saw them play live twice. It's pretty much the same thing. So nothing's really changed. You know, they still stand there like trees. Now, so a 6.3 is a pretty good score for a pretty good live show. Okay, that's what we're talking about here, is the show, the showmanship. That's what we're looking at right now. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, they shouldn't have to perform like that. They shouldn't have to run around the stage because they're playing such difficult music. You're right. The song is difficult, but they are such outstanding musicians. They can play this song with their eyes closed in their sleep backwards. So there is really no excuse. And if I'm being honest here, they know this song forward and backward. They are all wearing wirelesses. They can all move around, and they did move once together, you know. Now, I'm not talking about Jordan. Jordan's a slave to his instrument. He's stuck back there, but he could move around while he's playing, couldn't he? He could get down low on the low parts and come up, and if he wanted to bang his head, he could bang his head. Absolutely, he could. The drummer, again, slave to his instrument, but I mean, could he have done more with his hands? Probably could. Now, people are like, well, he has to focus and concentrate. No, he doesn't. He knows this song inside and out. If this was his, look, if he had only been with the band for a week and had to learn this song in a week and had to play it, sure, I can understand that. But I get the feeling this guy's been with the band a little longer than a week, if you know what I mean. You know, same thing with John and John. I mean, they're both, you know, they both know this song inside and out. They helped write this song, for crying out loud. So, of course, they know this song. So there's really no excuse. You know, they should be able to move around and have some fun while they're on the stage. Because if they're having fun, then the crowd has fun. If the crowd has fun, then the band has fun. And it goes back and forth, and they feed off of each other in that cycle. I didn't really see it. The crowd wasn't moving at all. The crowd was just standing there watching them like, in a trance, you know, so. And that happens, unfortunately, with Dream Theater songs. You won't see too many crazy crowds at Dream Theater shows. So anyway, getting back to the 6.3, it is a pretty good score. If you don't believe me, I have one more piece of evidence, okay? If you don't believe that a 6.3 is a pretty good score, I got an easy solution for you. Take a look down below in the video description. You will very clearly see my scoring system chart down there. And you will see that a 6.0 to a 6.9 is the grading scale for pretty good, okay? It was a pretty good live performance. Like I said, if I was taking the song into account here, this would be in the 9s all day long because the song is fantastic. But I'm not taking the song into account. I am only taking the live performance, the showmanship aspect of this, because that's all I can do an honest reaction to. And my reaction was, yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And that's why it's getting the 6.3. Listen, I love Dream Theater. I do. But I gotta be objective here and I gotta stay fair. I cannot show favoritism. So, as much as I love Dream Theater, I gotta be honest. They are a boring band to watch. And that is what we're doing here with this reaction. Is we're watching the live performance. So, please keep that in mind before you come at me with your pitchforks and your torches, okay? I know there's going to be people out there looking for me right now, wanting my head, but that's my opinion. I'm not a big fan of watching them. I'll listen to them all day long, but watching them, not a fan. Not a fan. So, a 6.3 is where we are, and a 6.3 is where we're going to stay. So, 6.3, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show, and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.